fine. But if you, yes, I should have. You probably don't know that I'm reliable because I will always tell you when I'm not here in advance. Because I do what other people. I like to do what I want other people to do. Right? It's like, how's that online?
Okay.
How do we tell if it's gone?
Right, I've got the link. Okay, so what about music now?
Oh, I did music.
Let's have a look. FP link.
So, although I got confused and had to find it again because I thought Prayers for Meditation and Essence of Good Fortune was the wrong one, but it wasn't, was it? I searched for albums and then it came up again. You'd got that there. But,
Oh, yeah, have I?
yeah, you've got it up. But I'd seen Prayers for Meditation as well as, but then actually when I looked at it, that is the right one.
That's the right one.
Yeah, but I went back into albums and looked for it.
Okay, do you want to give us a sound test?
Oh.
Just play something, yeah?
O blessed one, Shakyamuni Buddha, precious treasury of compassion, bestower of supreme inner peace, you love will be.
Right, now, just one thing. Should we just try and get Geshler in?
Oh, I'd got him in. No, you do it. I'd got him in. I'd got him in, but what I couldn't do was this. Yeah, I prioritised him, but what I couldn't do was that slight tilt. But you're saying it's the legs, and I was trying to find a different way. So you just do it, Suzanne. You're good at doing it.
I got it. You okay, Sue?
Yes, and yourself?
Oh, I'm fine. Thank you.
Can I ask you something?
Yeah.
Is there going to be introducing Tantra?
Yeah.
It is, because
Is what, sorry?
a course, is that actually definitely going ahead that
Oh,
way?
definitely.
It is?
Yes.
Oh, all right, okay, it must be me, because I saw this one advertised on the website, but not that one.
No, that came in later.
I'm so keen to go to that one. Okay, so that's definitely on, yes.
Definitely on, yes.
Fantastic.
It's very much a precursor.
To that one, is it?
Yeah.
Oh, wonderful. Okay, lovely, thank you. You've answered my question.
Okay.
Thank you.
You may go.
This is such a good pamphlet, by the way.
Do you like that?
It's my go-to.
Uh-huh.
It really is my go-to.
Good. That's the job.
It's
That's its
fantastic.
job.
It's
Wonderful.
fantastic.
We got there in the end.
So thank
Only
you.
taking me 12 months.
Thank you. Hello. Hello, Sue.
Sue.
Don't give me a job, I'll go on the door.
Do you want to give me a job? Oh,
You've just done the water.
I thought you were going to ask Sue to do a job, so it's all right. The other Sue.
No.
SUE Sue.
Oh, that's good.
Like your tattoo. That's nice.
Sorry.
No.
I'm messing.
Ah, right. Okay. So you've done it because you told me you wanted right. Because I've got Geshler in, but I hadn't got the Ushnisha in because you said you wanted more of Telopa. So is that right now? Is it
Mark.
Hello, Mark.
Hey. Happy New Year. It's good to be back. Really. It's good to be back. What month are we in? Some holidays at table.
Well, I'm around week 2 of emptiness, so prepare for your mind to be blown.
Yes.
I could do it empty in my mind. But I've got a feeling that's not what it's about.
It was, yeah.
Well, I know it's not.
Emptiness has great meaning.
Yeah.
I see what you mean, Luce.
Oh, what did I mean?
Well, I was totally off.
To be back.
Very tall, wasn't I?
Yeah,
So we chopped his head off now.
Really?
That's
That's what I thought.
More zoomed in.
Into all your routine.
But then I don't know because it's nice. It doesn't seem right not having Buddha Shakti in his head, to be honest.
All you get are the lotus
routine, so
Ah.
That's all you get. I know what you're saying, but
Just 'cause it's a bit
It's
open,
all-
it's whole, the whole kind
There
of
was something
place
for
is
you
bigger at
before.
Manchester, isn't it?
Yes.
Kind of on Wednesday,
Yes.
sort of,
anyway,
you
you
know, make sure.
No, no, that's lovely, thanks.
Had a good time.
I'll just sit at the back
And in a new job, you've got to try and
because I know, I know what I'm doing.
No, but you can.
Oh, right. All right, so is it quite a lot
You know, a bit more difficult, yeah. Yeah, no, well, just a bit of, you know, just need to find, you know, it's like a new job, so, yeah, it's sort of,
You've got to get your feet under the table first.
yeah,
Before you can
start
ask.
nipping off on a Wednesday, you know,
Yes.
So we've got quite,
I wouldn't want to
really,
do
you've got to get it on,
I
like,
mean,
the camera,
you've got to
make
get
it back on the camera.
Get your
That's
have
the
your
thing,
tea,
that's the thing.
see if it cares.
well, it's
But it is really
Bless you,
cool.
Kieran.
It's a valuable service, yeah.
It is really
Very
cool.
beneficial.
Dev's,
Yeah.
To see you.
But it's probably someone picked up on Hope Street, so it wasn't meant for you, Lisa.
You have to, as a member, you have to pay for the courses, don't you? But at a slightly reduced.
For that one you do, yeah.
Okay.
We didn't last time,
Sorry,
you
no.
may remember.
Yeah.
And I was shocked.
It just wasn't meant for
used
you.
to pay because
Devastated
everywhere
though.
else they are.
Right.
What's the wages?
Well, any of these courses.
It's only fair anyway,
Well,
because
the
I was
main
feeling bad all
ones,
day
the
because I was
especially
getting
it's
you
like the
again from that
imams. We all make a contribution because there's so much effort, time and money goes into
I was
it.
actually give it to
Yeah.
Michelle. but
So
then it's
we
not
have to
really
make a
good
special
for her.
contribution, which is our gift.
Anyway, it's gone.
And it's,
Well, you're on my mind
it's
anyway,
great.
because it's
So-
Wednesday.
What about the other classes, the
It's
Thursday and the Tuesday? And
And
the,
Oh, you get all this for free.
I can still come to,
So nice. That was
and the Monday, Wednesday, Friday, we've got.
Yes.
Yeah, okay.
The
It's just
other
these big courses, which
Big
is
ones
understandable.
like St George's Hall,
Yes,
guest speakers,
yes.
usually. Sometimes it's guest speakers, not always, but
So where's this one?
Oh, that
This
one's
one's
good,
here.
yeah.
Oh, right.
wow, and down, that's our special.
So the flute's
See all of
got
these,
the
these sort of arranged day courses, they're all
and
the
the
Here.
tradition.
Will all these ones be 25?
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
Sorry. Oops. Thank you.
Good evening, everyone. Welcome.
O blessed one, Shakyamuni Buddha, precious treasury of compassion, bestow stream purifying nectar, and your mind is refuge for all living beings. With folded hands I turn to you, supreme unchanging friend. I request from the depths of my heart, please give me the light of your wisdom to dispel the darkness of my mind, and to heal my mental continuum. Please nourish me with your goodness, that I in turn may nourish all beings with an unceasing banquet of delight. Through your compassionate intention, your blessings and virtuous deeds, and my strong wish to rely upon you. May all suffering quickly cease, and all happiness and joy be fulfilled, and may holy Dharma flourish forevermore. With my body, speech, and mind, humbly I prostrate, and make offerings both set out and imagined. Having said this, he
Only human form.
may the whole ground become completely pure, as level as the palm of a hand, and as smooth as lapis lazuli. May all of space be filled with offerings from gods and men, both set out and imagined, like offerings of thee, O good one. In the space in front, on a lion throne, on a cushion of lotus, sun and moon, sits Buddha Shakyamuni, the essence of all my kind teachers, surrounded by the assembly of direct and indirect gurus, Yidams, Buddhas, Bodhisattvas, heroes, solitary conquerors, heroes, dakinis, and Dharma protectors. I and all my kind mothers, fearing samsara's torments, turn to Buddha, Dharma, and Sangha, the only sources of refuge. From now until enlightenment, to the three jewels we go for refuge. I and all sentient beings until we achieve enlightenment. Go for refuge to Buddha, Dharma and Sangha. I and all sentient beings until we achieve enlightenment. Go for refuge to Buddha, Dharma and Sangha. I and all sentient beings until we achieve enlightenment. Go for refuge to Buddha, Dharma and Sangha. I and all sentient beings until we achieve enlightenment. Go for refuge to Buddha, Dharma and Sangha. I and all sentient beings until we achieve enlightenment. Go for refuge to Buddha, Dharma and Sangha. I and all sentient beings until we achieve enlightenment. Go for refuge to Buddha, Dharma and Sangha. I and all sentient beings until we achieve enlightenment. Go for refuge to Buddha, Dharma and Sangha. Through the virtues I collect by giving and other perfections, may I become a Buddha for the benefit of all. Through the virtues I collect by giving and other perfections, may I become a Buddha for the benefit of all. Through the virtues I collect by giving and other perfections, may I become a Buddha for the benefit of all. From the hearts of all refuge objects, lights and letters stream down and dissolve into myself and all living beings, purifying negative karma and obstructions, increasing our lives, our virtues and Dharma realization. May everyone be happy. May everyone be free from misery. May no one ever be separated from their happiness. May everyone have equanimity, free from hatred and attachment. You, protector of all beings, great destroyer of hosts of demons, please, O Blessed One, Lord of all, come to this place with your retinue. With my body, speech, and mind, humbly I prostrate, and make offerings both set out and imagined. I confess my wrong deeds from all time, and rejoice in the virtues of all. Please stay until samsara ceases, and turn the wheel of Dharma for us. I dedicate all virtues to great enlightenment. The ground sprinkled with perfume and spread with flowers, the great mountain for land, sun and moon, seen as a Buddha land and offered thus. May all beings enjoy such pure lands. I offer without any sense of loss the objects that give rise to my attachment, hatred and confusion, my friends, enemies and strangers, our bodies and enjoyments. Please accept these and bless me to be released directly from the three poisons. Idam Guru Ratna Mandalakam Niryatayami. So now, my most kind root Guru, please sit on the lotus and moon on my crown, and grant me out of your great kindness your body, speech, and mind's attainments. I make request to you, Buddha Shakyamuni, whose body comes from countless virtues, whose speech fulfills the hopes of mortals, whose mind sees clearly all existence. I make request to you, Gurus of the lineage of extensive deeds, Venerable Maitreya, noble Sangha Vasubandhu, and all the other precious teachers who have revealed the path of vastness. I make request to you, Gurus of the lineage of profound view, Venerable Manjushri Nagarjuna Chandrakirti, and all the other precious teachers who have revealed the most profound path. I make request to you, Gurus of the lineage of secret mantra, Conqueror Vajradhara, Tilopa, and Naropa, and all the other precious teachers who have revealed the path of Tantra. I make request to you, Gurus of the old Kadam lineage, the second Buddha, Tisha, Drum, Tompa, Geshe, Potawa, and all the other precious teachers who have revealed the union of vast and profound paths. I make request to you, Gurus of the new Kadam lineage, Venerable Tsongkhapa, Jampa, Gyatso, Kedrupje, and all the other precious teachers who have revealed the union of Sutra and Tantra. I make request to you, Venerable Khalsang Gyatso, protector of a vast ocean of living beings, unequal teacher of the paths to liberation and enlightenment, who accomplished and explained everything that was revealed by the fourth deliverer of this fortunate eon. I make request to you, my kind precious teacher, who care for those with uncontrolled minds, untamed by all the previous Buddhas, as if they were fortunate disciples. Please pour down your inspiring blessings upon myself and all my mothers, so that we may quickly stop all perverse minds from disrespect for our kind teacher, to the most subtle jewel appearance. Please pour down your inspiring blessings, so that we may quickly generate pure minds from respect for our kind teacher, to the supreme mind of union. Please pour down your inspiring blessings to pacify all outer and inner obstructions. Please pour down your inspiring blessings upon myself and all my mothers, so that we may quickly stop all perverse minds from disrespect for our kind teacher, to the most subtle jewel appearance. Please pour down your inspiring blessings, so that we may quickly generate pure minds from respect for our kind teacher, to the supreme mind of union. Please pour down your inspiring blessings to pacify all outer and inner obstructions. Please pour down your inspiring blessings upon myself and all my mothers, so that we may quickly stop all perverse minds from disrespect for our kind teacher, to the most subtle jewel appearance. Please pour down your inspiring blessings, so that we may quickly generate pure minds from respect for our kind teacher, to the supreme mind of union. Please pour down your inspiring blessings to pacify all outer and inner obstructions. From the hearts of all the holy beings, streams of light and nectar flow down, granting blessings and purifying. The path begins with strong reliance on my kind teacher, source of all good. Oh, bless me with this understanding to follow him with great devotion. This human life with all its freedoms extremely rare, with so much meaning. Oh, bless me with this understanding all day and night to seize its essence. My body like a water bubble decays and dies so very quickly. After death come results of karma, just like the shadow of a body. With this firm knowledge and remembrance, bless me to be extremely cautious, always avoiding harmful actions and gathering abundant virtue. Samsara's pleasures are deceptive, give no contentment, only torment. So please bless me to strive sincerely to gain the bliss of perfect freedom. Oh, bless me so that from this pure thought come mindfulness and greatest caution, to keep as my essential practice the doctrine's root, the pratimoksha. Just like myself, all my kind mothers are drowning in samsara's ocean. Oh, so that I may soon release them, bless me to train in bodhicitta. But I cannot become a Buddha by this alone, without three ethics. So bless me with the strength to practice the Bodhisattva's ordination, by pacifying my distractions and analyzing perfect meanings. Bless me to quickly gain the union of special insight and quiescence. When I become a pure container through common paths, bless me to enter the essence practice of good fortune, the supreme vehicle Vajrayana. The two attainments both depend on my sacred vows and my commitments. Bless me to understand this clearly and keep them at the cost of my life. By constant practice in 4 sessions, the way explained by holy teachers. Oh, bless me to gain both the stages which are the essence of the Tantras. May those who guide me on the good path and my companions all have long lives. Bless me to pacify completely all obstacles, outer and inner. May I always find perfect teachers and take delight in holy Dharma. Accomplish all grounds and paths swiftly and gain the state of Vajradhara.
And so we can meditate. So sit in good meditation posture. and develop the mind of universal compassion. Realizing the suffering of every living being without exception. And from the thought that arises in your heart, I cannot bear for all these living beings to suffer, life after life. Then comes the thought, I myself will do whatever it takes to put an end to suffering. And to accomplish this, I myself will attain enlightenment. I will do whatever it takes to become an awakened one, a Buddha. Because only then will I have the power to free every living being from their suffering and lead them to the state of permanent peace and happiness. So I myself will strive to become an enlightened being. And to accomplish this, I will meditate on ultimate bodhicitta. Based upon this wish to attain enlightenment myself, I will meditate on this wisdom, realizing emptiness, until I develop a direct realization of emptiness. Until then, I will meditate on emptiness with a generic image. So in this meditation, we can meditate on the emptiness of our body with the motivation of conventional bodhicitta. So bring to mind a clear image of your body that you normally see. This is the thing that you call my body. And you may notice it is unchanging. It doesn't depend upon your mind. It's not affected by other things, and somehow seems permanent and unchanging. And it's just a singular thing, body. And it seems to exist in and of itself. It seems to exist inherently. All the qualities and attributes of your body exist within itself. So try to see how your body exists separate from everything else, existing from its own side. If our body exists like that, independently from its own side, if we search with wisdom, we should be able to find it. If we search for our body with wisdom, and it really exists in the way in which we see it, we will find it. So first we have to identify where we should look. It's called identifying the pervasion. Our body seems to appear within the parts of the body, or it could exist separate from the parts. There is no other possibility, either within the parts or separate. When we search within the parts, it could be either one of the parts or the collection of parts. We can easily see that our body is not one of its parts. The body is not, our skin is not our body. Our eyes are not our body. Our limbs are not our body. They're parts of our body. We cannot point to something that is different from any of these parts and say, this is my body. So we can easily come to the conclusion there's no single part of your body that is your body. So the next place to investigate is your body is the collection of its parts. But the collection is simply a number of non-parts, of non-bodies, rather. A number of non-bodies is the collection of the parts. No matter how many non-bodies there are, they do not turn into a body. Also, if we are proclaiming a collection that exists separate from any of the parts, we can easily see if we take away all of the parts, there's no collection remaining. So we cannot say either that your body is one of its parts or the collection of its parts. So we cannot find a body within its parts. The only place left is to look for a body that is separate from all of the parts. But it is impossible to think of your body without thinking of at least one part. If your body could exist separate from its parts, you could say my body is here, but all the parts are over there. Which doesn't make sense. So we've searched in every possible location, but we have not found the body that we normally see. All we have found is the unfindability of our body that we normally see. The inherently existent body, the body that exists from its own side. We cannot find it. We cannot find it because it is unfindable. And this unfindability of our body is a generic image of the emptiness of our body. So once you realize this unfindability of your body, if you think of the image of your body that you started with, and you realize that body is unfindable, therefore it doesn't exist. What you discover is that that image of your body just dissolves into empty space. Once there was a solidly, independently, singular appearing body. Now there is only empty space. But think of this empty space as having great meaning. This is the ultimate nature of your body. The lack of your body's existing from its own side. The lack of inherent existence of your body. So place your mind on that empty space where your body was, and think, this is the only true nature of my body. My body's mere lack of inherent existence. The emptiness of my body. And hold that emptiness single-pointedly for as long as you can. if you lose the object, go back to finding the unfindability of your body. It's not one of the parts, not the collection of parts. It doesn't exist separate from the parts. It is unfindable. And use that to find the emptiness of your body. Thank you. So now you can relax your concentration. The root text, 8 verses of training the mind, with the intention to attain the ultimate supreme goal that surpasses even the wish-granting jewel. May I constantly cherish all living beings. Whenever I associate with others, may I view myself as the lowest of all, and with a pure intention, may I cherish others as supreme. Examining my mental continuum throughout all my actions, as soon as the delusion of self-cherishing develops, whereby I or others would act inappropriately, may I firmly face it and avert it. Whenever I see unfortunate beings oppressed by evil and violent suffering, may I cherish them as if I had found a rare and precious treasure. Even if someone I have helped and of whom I had great hopes nevertheless harms me intentionally, may I see him or her as my holy spiritual guide. When others out of jealousy or anger harm me or insult me, may I take defeat upon myself and offer them the victory. In short, may I directly and indirectly offer help and happiness to all my mothers, and secretly take upon myself all their harm and suffering. Furthermore, through all the above practices, together with a mind undefiled by stains of conceptions of the 8 extremes, and that sees all phenomena as illusory, may I and all living beings be released from the bondage of mistaken appearance and conception. And page 269. Training in Ultimate Bodhicitta has 10 parts. What is emptiness? The emptiness of our body, the emptiness of our mind, the emptiness of our I, the emptiness that is empty of 8 extremes, conventional and ultimate truths, the union of the 2 truths, the practice of emptiness in our daily activities, the purpose of meditating on emptiness, a simple training in Ultimate Bodhicitta. So, back to page 212. The end of the first paragraph. Just to read the previous 2 sentences. The body we see within the collection of arms and legs is simply a hallucination of our ignorant mind. A hallucination of our ignorant mind. Not recognizing it as such, however, we grasp at it very strongly, cherish it and exhaust ourselves in trying to protect it from any discomfort. Is that familiar? The way to familiarize our mind with the true nature of the body is to use the above reasoning to search for our body, and then, when we have searched in every possible place and not found it, to concentrate on the space-like emptiness that is the mere absence of the body that we normally see. So the word mere is very important. A mere absence, implying there's nothing there. There's an absence and nothing else. There's nothing there. There's nothing there of the body that we normally see. This space-like emptiness is the true nature of our body. Although it resembles empty space, it is a meaningful emptiness. Its meaning is the utter non-existence of the body that we normally see, the body that we grasp at so strongly and have cherished all our life. So what's sitting there? What's sitting in your chair? What chair? There's no body. All it is appearance or name, body. And same with other people's bodies. They're just appearance too. And mere name. So there's nobody here. Just a bunch of non-bodies. Through becoming familiar with the experience of the space-like ultimate nature of the body, our grasping at our body will be reduced. As a result, we will experience far less suffering, anxiety, and frustration in relation to our body. Our physical tension will diminish and our health will improve. And even when we do become sick, our physical discomfort will not disturb our mind. So your arm can be hanging off, but you're still happy. Because in essence, there's no arm. There's no body for an arm to hang off. Just mere appearances. We're not saying that those appearances do not exist, but that's all they are. Hallucinations, appearances, dreamlike objects, mirage-like objects, and that's all. Those who have a direct experience of emptiness do not feel any pain, even if they are beaten or shot. Knowing that the real nature of their body is like space, for them being beaten is like space being beaten, and being shot is like space being shot. Moreover, good and bad external conditions no longer have the power to disturb their mind, because they realize them to be like a magician's illusion, with no existence separate from the mind. So, being too hot and being too cold, or hot and cold, have no meaning. Isn't that great? Hot and cold are just like a magician's illusions, with no existence separate from the mind. Instead of being pulled about by changing conditions, like a puppet on a string, their minds remain free and tranquil in the knowledge of the equal and unchanging ultimate nature of all things. In this way, a person who directly realizes emptiness, the true nature of phenomena, experiences peace and happiness day and night, life after life. So, don't know if you remember the Heart Sutra, but bodhisattvas have no fear, no confusion and no fear, because they realize emptiness of all phenomena, including the self, including the body. So there's nothing to be afraid of. Isn't that good? No? Is anyone out there?
No.
I know it's just appearance. Arising from karma. We need to distinguish between the conventionally existing body that does exist and the inherently existent body that does not exist. But we must take care not to be misled by the words into thinking that the conventionally existent body is anything more than a mere appearance to mind. So the conventionally existing body is not the body that exists out there. There is no body that exists out there. The conventionally existing body is just the appearance of a body, and that exists. But it's not anything more than appearance. All we're dealing with on a day-to-day basis throughout our whole life is just appearances. And yet we get so attached to these appearances. It's like we get so attached to the people who appear in our dreams. No, or we get so averse to the people that appear in our dreams. And there's no need. We could just think, these are just suffering living beings, the appearances of suffering living beings. And they're not going to stop appearing until I attain enlightenment and lead them all to the state of permanent peace and happiness. Because so then we'll all be in a pure land, where not even the word suffering will appear. And the way to accomplish this is through realizing ultimate bodhicitta. Ultimate bodhicitta based on conventional bodhicitta. Realizing, creating a direct realization of emptiness. So this is not something that's going to happen overnight. I mean, as soon as we rise from meditation, then everything, we just grasp everything existing out there as really existing. Other than, we don't think it's simply appearances. We think there's something really there. There's someone really there, and someone really here. But none of that is true. But we don't care. It's like that bit in The Matrix. You ever seen The Matrix? Do you remember the traitor guy who he's sitting in a restaurant with Mr. Smith? No. So he's sitting in a restaurant with Mr. Smith, and Miss says, thank you for betraying all the others. What would you like? You can have anything. He says, I want a steak. I know it doesn't exist, but I just want it anyway. That's what we're like. once we've studied, once we have an intellectual understanding of emptiness, we realize, oh yeah, I still want a steak. Or whatever it is you want. It is perhaps less confusing simply to say that for a mind that directly sees the truth or emptiness, there is no body. A body exists only for an ordinary mind to which a body appears. So if we have and it says a mind that directly sees the truth or emptiness. So we're seeing emptiness directly. And when we're seeing emptiness directly, only emptiness is appearing. Nothing else. When you're meditating on emptiness, there's no conventional truths appearing. Only emptiness is appearing if you're meditating on emptiness correctly. So when you have a direct realization of emptiness, then there's no conventional truths appearing. But even superior bodhisattvas who have a direct realization of emptiness, whenever they arise from meditation, then things appear to be inherently existent again. It's only Buddhas, only enlightened beings, who have able to just work with emptiness all the time. A body exists only for an ordinary mind to which a body appears. So if there's a body appearing, then you know your mind is ordinary. It's a reminder, as if you need one. Shantideva advises us that unless we wish to understand emptiness, we should not examine conventional truths such as our body, possessions, places and friends, but instead be satisfied with their mere names, as are worldly people. So worldly people know, are able to distinguish between different objects according to their name. If I say, can you bring me a chair? You don't bring me a glass of water. And so on. But, and then we function like that. So we function on the basis of just mere name. Once a worldly person knows an object's name and purpose, he is satisfied that he knows the object and does not investigate further. So when someone is told that thing there is a chair, oh yeah, what's it for? Oh, it's for sitting on. Okay, now I know every time I see something like that, it's a chair. So I can just function with that word, that name. We must do the same unless we want to meditate on emptiness. However, we should remember that if we did examine objects more closely, we would not find them, for they would simply disappear, just as a mirage disappears if we try to look for it. So in the same way as we cannot find a body within its parts or separate from its parts, you cannot find a chair within its parts or separate from its parts. You can find cloth or metal or rubber or whatever it is, but you don't find chair. The same reasoning that we have used to prove the lack of true existence of our body can be applied to all other phenomena. This book, for example, seems to exist from its own side, somewhere within its parts. So try and find your own book. Can you find your own book? What have you got in your hand?
I've got Sedana's book.
There's always one. When we examine the book more precisely, we discover that none of the individual pages, nor the collection of the pages, is the book. Yet without them, there is no book. Instead of finding a truly existent book, we are left beholding an emptiness that is the non-existence of the book we previously held to exist. So, according to this, all you're holding is emptiness in a hand that doesn't exist either. Because of our ignorance, the book appears to exist separately from our mind, as if our mind were inside and the book outside. But through analyzing the book, we discover that this appearance is completely false. There is no book outside the mind. There is no book out there within the pages. And you can apply this to anything and everything that appears to your mind. There is no thing out there. There's nothing out there. Everything is in here. Because if you realize that we only experience things with our mind, so everything we experience in any moment and throughout our whole life, everything that we experience must be inside our mind. And our problem is we forget that our mind is just like clarity, like empty space, with no boundaries. Normally we're thinking that our mind is encapsulated within here. So spontaneously we think there's a distinction between what's in here and what's out there. But if you realize that our mind is not a physical thing, it's just like a vast empty space, but this empty space that functions to know and understand things. And then it's only because of that that things can appear in our mind. If this thing here was just our mind, nothing gets in here. You can't get an elephant in here. But an elephant can appear in the vast space of your own mind. Mountains can appear, universes can appear in the vast space of your own mind. The only way the book exists is as a mere appearance to mind, a mere projection of the mind, and that applies to everything. Mountains, oceans, planets, stars, universes, galaxies, chocolate. All phenomena exist by way of convention. Nothing is inherently existent. Never has been, not now, nor ever. Nothing is inherently existent. Never has been, is not now, and never will be. This applies to mind, to Buddha, and even to emptiness itself. If emptiness was inherently existent, then everything would be inherently existent. But things are only lacking in inherent existence because emptiness itself is lacking in inherent existence. Sorry?
Sorry, can I? Sometimes it's hard to not slip into nothingness.
Well, you just got to remember that these appearances exist, but they're nothing more than appearances. Your mind exists, And your mind exists to cognize things. And therefore all the things that you cognize, are cognizing in any moment, is what exists for you in that moment. So it's not nothing. And this is the real value of emptiness, because it leads us to understand and keeps us from the two extremes, and we see later the two extremes of existence. Emptiness overcomes that. The extreme of existence is things existing in exactly the way in which they appear. In other words, out there. And the extreme of nothingness, we're saying, well, nothing exists. But those phenomena that appear to our mind, they do exist, but simply as phenomena. Or mental phenomena, rather. The only way the book exists is as mere appearance to mind, a mere projection of the mind. All phenomena exist by way of convention. Nothing is inherently existent. Everything is merely imputed by mind. All phenomena have parts. Physical phenomena have physical parts, and non-physical phenomena have various parts or attributes that can be distinguished by thought. Even some atomic particles have parts. They have spin and direction. Using the same type of reasoning as above, we can realize that any phenomenon is not one of its parts, not the collection of its parts, and not separate from its parts. All this logic comes from Nagarjuna in the 1st century, in the Common Era. And so Nagarjuna is really the founder of the Mahayana tradition after Buddha Shakyamuni, because he's just transmitting the wisdom teachings that come from Buddha, that had disappeared for a long time. In this way we can realize the emptiness of all phenomena, the mere absence of all phenomena that we normally see or perceive. It is particularly helpful to meditate on the emptiness of objects that arouse in us strong delusions like attachment or anger. By analyzing correctly, we will realize the object we desire or the object we dislike does not exist from its own side. I mean, for example, we can, if we remember, someone we were attracted to, we were attached to, and they're no longer around. So they're not appearing to our sense awarenesses. They're simply appearing to our mental awareness. We still, because we are still grasping at that memory, or that which is nothing more than an appearance, we're still grasping it as inherently existent, and so we develop some sense of loss, or attachment, or being stuck. No? Yeah. Its beauty or ugliness, and even its very existence, are imputed by mind. By thinking in this way, we will discover that there's no basis for attachment or anger. So if ever, what we come to realize too is ultimately, if our own body is empty of inherent existence, so is everybody else's body. So the ultimate nature of every body that we perceive is its emptiness, its lack of inherent existence. So why do we discriminate between different bodies? When ultimately they're all the same. They may appear different, but ultimately they're all the same. The appearance is just simply an illusion. Anyway, you've got to think about it over and over again. But gradually you begin to realize that you abide in a state of peace for longer and longer, and that peace gets deeper and deeper. And then one day you get attached or you get angry, and then you have to remember, oh gosh, I got to go and meditate on emptiness again. So we stop there.
So I wasn't here last week. So who was here? Which partners were here that are still here this week?
Yeah. So I was with Lisa.
Okay. Who else? Anyone else? Any more partners? Any more partners? That was the week before, wasn't it? Oh, we'll stay together. Yeah. And so just grab some. Well, Michelle and Lizzie then, and Eddie and Mark and Sue. You can choose who you want to. Sue, you choose who you want to be with as a third. Were you sniggering? What? Were you sniggering? Well, I don't know.
Just remember, it's just an appearance you're discussing with.
This was the third class. Were you ever thinking about whether you want a discussion next week?
Oh yeah, thanks for reminding me. Okay.
Yeah, so in theory,
There's also, it says,
we exist in a world these various
and I think Yeah. So,
Yeah, but I like that. Yeah, I like
but not so and I so I would make bits of meditation to see that makes sense.
Yes, you don't be on stress. But also, if you had got close to not way, then your problem just start very because you're out of meditation. And when you do, you will find if you're mindful, hopefully once again, mindfulness and this is mindfulness in our section.
But it's a different
like the emotional body, I've noticed that like our emotional mind kind of correlates to our organs and ourselves. That's part of the similarity of like cells
you should always start by trying to change.
Well, I think what was saying is what you do in meditation watching your mind then you can start well, you can slow them down, slow them and then you
No, you're not strong. Well, I just kind of wing it. I'm just kind of winging it. I don't really know, like, I know it's Yeah, so I don't know.
I do. I don't know whether this will work or not. This thing makes a decision. Somebody else objection we did it. It will go on.
That's what I can't.
I've been around those like I've lost my balance.
So I wouldn't do it for
Usually I start with the Sanskrit barrier and it gets so like
an energy of exchange.
I wouldn't say separate, maybe more like dissolve.
Yeah, that's what
See, I can start to understand that we're projecting these onto things.
Yeah, nobody keeps coming.
Everything itself is like a
yeah, and another thing is
what's special to someone isn't to someone else. Because I need notes about
People like that, yeah.
I must
He's got more from
you might be
something that really believe it
where you
or
want
like
to
that we can help us like people to not go when I just get
like the body. Part of us comes to mind.
Yeah, so it's kind of like at least showing things on that way. It's not come like that. We're yeah. Both my arm a little bit. Because the projector is not receiving the images. That's where that's funny. We had a so I think when you can crash it in. You're not quite sure. So I think that's right. And that's where the bar. Which is cool. But then some version of the truth. Where I do the house education
it's not to be accessible to all because we just add the
we were on holiday and then come September they were like,
it doesn't exist.
wow, were you pleased?
same reason.
These are
The same reason.
Well, yeah. Were you there? But you liked it?
Yeah, I've gone over it. Yeah, it's fun. I actually rediscovered the musician today, an artist. I went through Spotify recommendations. Positive emotions, positive memories.
Yeah.
It was a lot about it. I like tendency to
Is it French?
It's a French anyway, some kind of so he's done all the collaborations with singers.
Would you rather someone
What he usually just doesn't show.
So you believe
And they roll their ass as well.
Let's get
it's not really
He's really
Well, Rachel, it was her first time at FP. They taught her conference things as well. She's from Toulouse. I don't know what she did. I don't even know. I saw her, she was on the door. Isn't it community?
Yeah.
So I'm actually
and then if you use send
Yeah.
Sit down.
So like all aspects of Buddha's teachings and Kadampa Buddhism, we're trying to develop realizations of them so they become almost hardwired into our mental continuum. But what we need in order for this to occur is the blessings of holy beings. And we need to purify some of the obstructions that we already have in our mental continuum. So, you could come to Confession Buddha's practice tomorrow morning at 7 o'clock. 35 Confession Buddhas with prostrations, and then at 8 o'clock there is Wish Fulfilling Jo, which is the Guru Yoga of Je Tsongkhapa. Essentially Venerable Geshe-la as Je Tsongkhapa and the sadhana of Dorje Shugden, the Dharma protector. So purify negativity, get blessings of Buddha, get protection of Dorje Shugden as a trifecta.
Can you also mention that tomorrow night we're going to live stream GP and you're doing karma, which is very relevant to what you
Yes, that's right. Yes.
You mentioned it for the online people because they might not hear it.
Oh, okay. So, Sudhana tells me that tomorrow night the teaching on karma is going to be live streamed. So, be there or be 7:30 to 9, or 7:30, 8:45, something like that. So, yeah, so we can develop an understanding of how we're creating our future, moment by moment, in every action that we engage in. We're creating who we will become in the rest of this life, but also who we will become in our next life. No? You think you're unchanging, inherently existent. It's going to be the same. We have no guarantees. Everything is dependent upon our actions. With these actions we create our future life. So coming to prostrations and wish fulfilling jewels, very virtuous action, you're creating a fortunate rebirth and fortunate life for yourself, and it just gets better and better. So you create an upward spiral for yourself instead of the downward spiral that you find yourself on. Nothing remains the same. You're either going up or you're going down. So just to decide to be a better person today. Don't wait till tomorrow. Okay. Lucy reminds me that we're due for a group discussion. So we need 2 volunteers.
Is this next week?
Well, we've had 3 classes. This is 3rd class, isn't it? So 4th class is discussion, isn't it?
Wednesday.
I won't be here next week.
We've already done yours, haven't we?
Discussion.
Well, I would say no because
It's a new.
So I don't mind doing it if we've got no volunteers for next week.
Does Liz have her hand up?
Right, okay.
Liz and Eddie, great. Oh, no, sorry. Lucy and Eddie.
You're welcome to do it then if you want.
Sorry, I'm absent next week.
I'm on now.
Yeah.
It might just be you and me, Ed.
No, we need an audience. So
I'll be the audience.
Lovely.
your turn will come. So yeah. Okay. Let's finish with the dedications.
Om Muni Muni Maha Muni Swaha. Om Muni Muni Maha Muni Swaha. Through the virtues I have collected, by practicing the stages of the path, may all living beings find the opportunity to practice in the same way. However many living beings there are, experiencing mental and physical suffering, may their suffering cease through the power of my merit, and may they find everlasting happiness and joy. May everyone experience the happiness of humans and gods, and quickly attain enlightenment, so that samsara is finally extinguished. For the benefit of all living beings as extensive as space, may I attain great wisdom like that of Manjushri, great compassion like that of Avalokiteshvara, great power like that of Vajrapani. The Buddha Dhamma is the supreme medicine that relieves all mental pain. So may this precious Dhamma jewel pervade all worlds throughout space. May there arise in the minds of all living beings great faith in Buddha, Dhamma, and Sangha, and thus may they always receive the blessings of the 3 precious gems. May there never arise in this world the miseries of incurable disease, famine, or war, or the dangers of earthquakes, fires, floods, storms, and so forth. May all mother beings meet precious teachers who reveal the stages of the path to enlightenment, and through engaging in this path, may they quickly attain the ultimate peace of full enlightenment. Through the blessings of the Buddhas and Bodhisattvas, the truth of actions and their effects, and the power of my pure superior intention, may all my prayers be fulfilled. So that the tradition of Tsongkhapa, the king supreme stainless wisdom, Ambajapani, the destroyer of the hordes of martyrs. O venerable Guru Buddha, synthesis of all these rules, with my body, speech, and mind, respectfully I make request. Please grant your blessings to ripen and liberate myself and others. And bestow the common and supreme attainments. Songkapa, government of the scholars of the land of the snows, you are Buddha Shakyamuni and Vajradhara, the source of all attainments. Avalokiteshvara, the treasury of unobservable compassion. Manjushri, the supreme stainless wisdom. Ambajapani, the destroyer of the hordes of martyrs. O venerable Guru Buddha, synthesis of all these rules, with my body, speech, and mind, respectfully I make request. Please grant your blessings to ripen and liberate myself and others. And bestow the common and supreme attainments. Songkapa, government of the scholars of the land of the snows, you are Buddha Shakyamuni and Vajradhara, the source of all attainments. Avalokiteshvara, the treasury of unobservable compassion. Manjushri, the supreme stainless wisdom. Ambajapani, the destroyer of the hordes of martyrs. O venerable Guru Buddha, synthesis of all these rules, with my body, speech, and mind, respectfully I make request. Please grant your blessings to ripen and liberate myself and others. And bestow the common and supreme attainments.
Oh, that was a nice class. Thanks, guys. What's that, Sue? Yeah, absolutely.